How's it guys, and welcome back to another episode of Game On Garage. As you might have seen on my social media, we bought more tools. So today we're having a tools tour. Be warned that the garage is not neat, but it will receive a proper tidy up soon. But for now, let me show you around. As soon as we enter, we see the welding equipment. We've got our helmet, our gloves, we've got welding sticks in here. There's our very old oil bath welder, old helmet. Luckily we got a new stick welder that also works as a TIG. We just need gas for that. Over here we've got our crusher, pressure washer. Gets used quite often, and the rest of it will be stored away just beneath the roof. Okay, moving along to some safety items, our jack stands. As you can see, never overdo their weight limit. It's there for a reason. So I got these proper 2-ton ones. There's also the jack, which is quite old, need a new one of that. Moving along, you'll see all the fluids we use most often, oils that get left over, used for topping up. There's also our Prepsil engine cleaner, a few more cleaning items over here, just plain water to clean it off afterwards. Then we've got our whole row of antifreeze, different types for different cars that end up not getting used. Okay, we've got our primary tool rack over here, and I think let's pack them out so we can have a close look at all the options available. So these are the tools I used most often. We've got our basic set of Allen keys, as well as torque bits. Of course we've got a proper pair of pliers. Got a good quality torque wrench for when setting the right amount of torque is important. This one gets used less often, but when I use it, it's a real treat. Our bearing puller. Another piece of kit that doesn't get used as often, but there's absolutely no replacement, is our common tap and die set. You might have seen the Dremel in the previous video. Also haven't used it as much, but it's going to come in real handy as soon as the real project starts. And then the more basic tools, my door set, which consists of your average spanners as well as sockets, a breaker bar and a ratchet extension, and a spark plug socket. Then I've got this AM Pro set, which is only consisting of sockets, although what's nice about them is that they have imperial as well as metric. My Jaguar was imperial, and without this I would have been able to do anything on that car. Also has a nice and small screwdriver. When the space is a bit tight, it's much easier to get this in there. And then lastly, speaking of screwdrivers, I bought this Bosch set recently, which consists of everything you need for smaller projects. Again, we've got imperial and metric, as well as the smaller sizes from 6mm all the way up to 13mm, and as well as multiple flathead and star point screwdrivers, as well as Allen keys and torque bits. Which is nice about the Bosch screwdriver is the ratchet, which you don't get on the normal Allen keys, and it's a bit longer so you can get into a few tighter spaces. Alright, back to the garage to see what else there is. Right below our basic hand tools, we've got our bench grinder. Now this hasn't seen any action yet, but we're definitely holding it for future projects. Moving on. At the back, there's just a whole bunch of car parts. Spare dash, heater boxes, wiring harness, all those type of stuff. We also got a set of suspension for the MX-5 and basic motors, fans, things like that. We've got our light box at the back, MX5 glass. I'm not going to use that for now. I think next, let's have a look at these boxes. These boxes used to be in the house, so it's not that much dirty work, it's more for cleaning. Over here we've got cleaning and caring treatment for our soft top. We've got blue color enhancing polish. We've got our silicone spray for some plastics. Metal polish for cleaning the metal. Our basic leather cleaner. We've got quick detailer. And then these magic dirt erasers, which is excellent for cleaning your interior. In this box, we've got our headlight restoration kit, which was a bit disappointing if I'm honest. Maybe we need more sanding discs, I'm not sure. We'll have a go at this in a future episode again. Now this is very important when you have a project car. You have to keep the battery charged. That's why I bought a C-Tech battery charger, as it works as a trickle charger as well. I've got a basic cheap OBD2 reader. I'm not sure if you can read codes from this or if I trust the codes read from this, but it's nice to get an idea of your intake temperature, your water temperature, and a throttle position sensor, a few things like that. I've also got an app or two that can tell me a bit more about my braking performance as well as my acceleration performance. Just normal sponges, things like that. Another interior cleaning kit with a brush here and there, some vinyl plastic rubber care, and some more leather care. We've got our interior pliers. Now this is excellent for removing car panels. It's a softer plastic, so you don't damage the clips, anything like that. Much better than using a screwdriver. Now this is another gadget I bought when I saw it online. The snake bit. It's a drill bit extender that can get some angle. It's almost like multiple universal joints where you can get into hard to reach places, around corners, underneath the car, stuff like that, that keeps a rotational force either around bends, as you can see there. Lastly, we've got our basic orbital polisher. Our compressor still needs to be assembled, set up, but we'll get to that soon. Then there's just some old MX5 parts. What happened after the accident, I bought a complete car and stripped what I use, and the rest of the parts that I did not end up using is still just laying around here. There's also some old remains from the previous drift trike project we had. And that's it for this garage. As you can see, it needs a clean. Comment below if you'd like to see a video of how you could organize your garage better. I'm pretty sure I can benefit from that as well. The last few things we'd like to have a look at is in the next garage. Right, in this garage we've got the power tools. Like mentioned before, over here we've got our TIG, but we still need the gas for that. At the back we've got a basic saw, as well as our angle grinders, some C-clamps, and a bigger angle grinder over here. We also got the bench vise, which does not get used often enough. You're always going to need a proper extension cord. Got another one over here. And then in this closet there's a few more tools, including our drill bit. So there we go. That was my garage, and the tools that I use to have fun with my cars. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, let me know how I can improve. Remember to subscribe so that you can see all these tools in action on a future episode of Game On Garage. For now, let me know in the comments below what's your must-have tool for making working on your car more enjoyable. And remember, it's not game over, it's game on.